Is that blinding? I was just trying to blind you.
You can't blind me.
You can't see anyway, right?
I thought this is your life.
I almost real barfed while fake barfing.
That would be
I gave it my all. Ooh.
That's kind of cool.
I get wicked motion sick, and this is almost doing it watching you over there.
Uh-oh. When you're in a car?
Yeah, I can't read. I can't do the map. I can't sit in the back seat. I can't look backwards.
How do you counteract it?
I drive, I guess.
I
started taking some motion pills.
Do you want to look at this, or is this gonna freak you out?
No.
This is kind of cool. Check this out.
Oh, wacky. That's pretty neat. Oh yeah. Sometimes I'm usually pretty nervous about meeting somebody. No, I'm not like outwardly nervous, but I don't know. I think I just ask them about themselves a lot because I want to. If I'm showing up for a story, I don't want to show up being like, "Hey, I'm Matt Thorsen. I think I'm really neat. I went to the fair, you know." And I don't really tell anybody stuff, and I just start asking them questions, I guess, not on purpose, but kind of also because they stand there and watch me unpack my stuff, and I have to think of something to talk about. And usually I'm on the floor, and so I just always have my stuff sit, and I sit on the floor, so somebody sits down, you know, I think it's like a puppy effect or a dog effect when they come in and sit on the floor, and you're like, oh, he likes it here, you know. And plus, sometimes some places are like, people are they don't want you looking at their stuff, you know. You come in, they're like, oh geez, hey, you know, they've cleaned the house or something already, but they tell you not to photograph things or get stuff, and I just don't, and you end up making a joke about that, and even making a joke about what someone's just hiding kind of makes them relax. So it makes me relax too. So like, oh, you're greasy too, or something, or everybody's got something. Not, you know, it's usually nothing to hide, but just people reveal an insecurity, I guess, you know, and I think it makes them a little humble. Maybe that prepares them a little for the picture. Because I normally go to their house, I'm in their environment. If I brought somebody to the studio or something, that's usually hard to do. I mean, it's usually two different purposes, so it's really not that hard to do. But to draw out somebody like a timidity or a genuine non-pose, or, you know, sometimes it's hard. But I also like the pose that people put out, you know, that's pretty funny. You know, you can, well, even when they do it good, it's like sometimes people have like a pose set, like a couple things they do. You see them like that, you know. It's like, oh man, this guy's done this before, and so that makes it easier.
What's your pose? What's your set pose when someone takes your picture?
I think I go, ha. So, I don't know.
I do that one too.
Yeah, look at fun. Oh, even close. Looks like a time warp. Oh, it's easy. We'll work my way back here. Anything running? Yeah.
Oh, that looks pretty cool, actually.
What?
How many years have you been taking photos for 7 days?
Yeah, since the beginning.
So 13.
Since like maybe the second or third paper.
God, how many?
I thought I had a picture in the first paper by accident. Band Slush, like it was a band photo. But since I started, yeah, like second, third month in, I was regular, and I actually had brought stuff in and showed them, and it was just some slides. But I don't know. Usually it's just like, I don't know what to do, because I go to somebody's place and I've never been there before, and they are sometimes just ready to go, like, all right, where do you want me? As soon as they see me, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even take my camera out yet. So I usually have to choose, because there's a time limitation. 90% of the times I only get a few minutes with somebody because they're in the middle of a professional day. I normally don't photograph somebody like they don't take the day off from work. I go to where they're working or doing what they're doing, like a crane operator. I'll be on the front of the crane and be like, I can only be on the crane for like a few minutes before they like, okay, back to work, the type of thing. The day I camera aside, homicide. My head shake just all. I haven't held this camera for a while. Sorry, buddy. I feel bad about it. I was backing up, was on a tripod. I'm going like this, sizing things up, and I hit the tripod, and it fell over, and it made the shutter open, and it took a picture of me looking over, going, "Oh God." I wish I could find it. It's pretty sad.
That's my worst nightmare.
Oh my gosh, took a picture then, but it's all dented up and things, and the shutter.
I think about that all the time. That's why I don't like tripods. It scares me because just
to
one
walk away
straight
from
foot,
your camera is
I don't
so
like
crazy.
it. I don't like it. So what's your relationship with all these cameras like?
Oh, my friend Jim Lockridge gave me this one. It was his grandfather's camera.
Wow, it's beautiful.
And I used that for a while. And I used to buy secondhand cameras and really cheap cameras a lot. And just struggle with them. I would just totally, I'd want to figure out, okay, how's this going to work? And I would often get inferior results. But I was just I just tried to figure out how could I make this thing work the way how could I work within the parameters of this camera is usually what I do. So it's kind of good training. Yeah. Because I was I could definitely go buy a new one, and sometimes I wish I would. Well, I guess I do have a new one. I always have that good one in there, but I don't know. It helps the learning curve, but there's a lot of bummers involved when I pick up a camera and I don't know how to use it, and it's not very reliable. Like a new camera. Those three, perfect storm. Or something like that.
How come you guys how many cats do you have?
400.
And what are their 400 names?
Christmas Pickle, Esteban. I can't remember my kitty's names. Peepaw, Bunny, Bunsen, Bunny Burner, Sturgis. He's Gary Sturgis.
That's your vet. Oh, so funny that you just loaned a big tool to your neighbor to cut up a body.
Well, we're pretty close. We like to help each other out. It's a good garden, and he probably wouldn't come over and dig in my yard without asking.
That's always good.
Hey, you want me to take your picture there?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Whoa!
Damn you! Oh,
You're making me all damn nervous over there.
Was that an expensive camera?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is it okay?
It'll probably work. It'll work.
I get that way. I get shaky.
I didn't have a strap on. I don't know where the strap went.
Okay,
I'll get over here like I'm talking.
Okay. So why'd you put CDs all over that house?
Because it's a really nice rainbow effect from that side. It's a little better when it's shiny. It was a little better when it was new like a couple of years ago, but they've kind of lost their luster. But it creates a rainbow, but not like a regular rainbow. It's like it's cyan and then magenta and this like a weird bright green and stuff instead of like the regular colors. The CD. And it looks awesome. It looks beautiful.
Is that your like poobah place where you go to sit? Where the Grand Poobah sits?
Not much poobahing goes on up there. No, nobody ever sits up there. I don't know why. I think mostly because when you get up there, you feel like you're sitting on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm the only one that ever goes up there, and I just have my coffee there. I was in a bar and I was like, oh hey, look at that light, there's action going on. Let's do something funny, So it was actually to do something as well as feeling pretty awkward. This is awesome. I wanted to use this. I thought we could.
Oh, that's cool.
Did I stuff my teeth?
That looks really cool.
Is it?
Yeah. You want to see it? Can you see that? Can you see it through the thing?
Looks good.
Yeah.
You see on my chins? That's gross. And you see it?
Can you see it? I can't see it anymore.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. That's cool. We can conduct the whole interview through that glass.
I really? Because I just get a little self-conscious there.
Yeah, use that thing. Yeah, everybody should have a defense mechanism like that.
I don't know if it works.